Let's bloody hide. Pilliga National Park.
How damn good it needs to be.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel again today. So just enjoying a pretty chilled out afternoon here on the farm. Give you a bit of a look. Cows over there driving me insane. But tomorrow I've just gotten the solar panels and stuff out. We're going to start kitting out the Bush Company, the new Bush Company tent. I wanted to do it while it's all off the vehicle, just easier to mount it and stuff, and than trying to do it while the tent's on the roof. So I'm going to go through everything, the panels that I've bought, the bits and pieces that I needed, and yeah, we'll go ahead and get all this marked up, get all the cross braces and stuff done, cut them, drill everything, and yeah, get it all mounted to the top of the tent tomorrow. So I'm going to chill out here for the rest of the afternoon, so I'll see you guys in the morning. See yous. So I've just taken one solar panel out. So these are Alvolta panels that I got off eBay. They look like a black frame and everything. I thought they'd look good with the rooftop tent being all black. So I'll pull this. So high quality panels. I was going to go with the flexible panels again, but I just want more reliability, and those flexible panels I wrecked mine. I stuck them on wrong, so going back to glass panels. I'm going to have two of these. So the specs on this panel, they're a 120 watt monocrystalline panel. So the open circuit voltage is 23.3, max power voltage 19.8. Alright, so we've got caps, we've got stainless bolts, washers, nuts. We've got some conduit here from Super Cheap, and we've also got some twin sheath 6mm cable for the solar panel on the back. I've got these aluminium extrusion bars which are going to go across the top. Going to go across the top of the tent like that, and they're going to carry the weight of the solar panels up here. Rightio, so I've got these cut now. I've just got a little bit of overhang, that way I can put these black plugs in each end. So I'll probably, before I mount these, I'll probably polish each one up once I get the brackets and everything mounted to them. I'm just going to leave them just raw alloy, and I was going to paint them black, but I think just with the little silver accents and stuff on this tent, and then with the black panels and then these being silver, and I'll just brush them. They'll look pretty cool. So put these black plugs in there. So I've got these stainless brackets from the 4Drive Super Center. They were the only place I actually could find that had solar stainless brackets. So we're going to mount them like that, and then our rails will run through here and flip it over, and that way we're got enough air traveling underneath the solar panel to keep it cool and stuff, keep it efficient. So I've just got some stainless bolts and stuff here, some extra ones that I bought. I'm not too sure what these ones are in the King's pack. It comes with these. They may be stainless, but they look like they're plated to me. I'm not sure. But so I've got some stainless other bolts here for these aluminium rails that are going on the top of the tent. So these are M8s. They just run down through the track, just here. So they run down through the track, and I can just slide these along wherever I need them, and then mount the solar panels in between. Righto, so I've drilled the holes, marked them out, the centers of the rails on either side, drilled the holes, got these M8 stainless bolts in the channel. This is 1.6 mil, I think it's 25 by 25, and then I've got the little black caps in the end there, just kind of finish it off and make it look like it's meant to be there. And go ahead now and set these out, ready for the panel. So I'm going to mount the rest of the brackets on the panels, and then we'll sit the panel on top, mark out where the holes are going to be, then we'll slide these back off, drill the holes for the panels, and then slide it all back in again. Rightio, so I've got the first panel on. Just marking it all out at the moment. I haven't bolted anything down. So that seems like it's going to work pretty good actually. And then I'll dock all these off later, these bolts. Once I pull them down, I'll cut them off. Trying to keep it as low profile as possible. I was trying to get something to sit lower in here, but I just couldn't find anything with these panels to get them to sit low enough. And then I was looking at L brackets across here, but I thought that it might put too much with corrugations and stuff. Probably put too much pressure on the panel and end up cracking it. So I kind of need that long channel of support across both sides of the panel. Rightio, so I got both panels up now on the roof. I'm just going to measure the side gaps between here, make sure they're all centered, then I'll go through with that center punch and mark where I've got to put bolts, take it all back off, drill all these. Okay, so I've taken the rails and the panels back off. The thing I'm going to struggle with doing is trying to get the bolts to the middle rail once the panels and that are up there. I won't be able to get my hand in there, so instead of that I do have nutserts. So I've decided to nutsert the rails, so that way I can just put the bolts in directly from the top. It's going to save a ton of headache. But yeah, these things, if you haven't got one of these, definitely buy one. Worth their weight in gold really, because you can just put these anywhere you want on your vehicle, roof racks, rails like I'm doing here, and that way you have a place to mount. Don't have to get your hands in there, just put an M8 bolt straight into it, away you go. Rightio, so I got both panels on now, they're all lined up, bolted through the top there into the nutserts. Just got the cables hanging out here. I'll do a test once I get it all hooked up and get it plugged into the Enerdrive system. And next job is to get my tent off the truck and bolt this bad boy up. So it's been about a week since I actually got the panels on, mounted, fixed and everything. Today we're going to finish hooking up the rest of the solar. So I've got my solar lead here. So this was connected to the other one on the roof. So we're going to cut this and I'm going to make no connection. I'm going to take this off because I was getting voltage drop through this Anderson, and plus the corrosion that was building up on the terminals in the end there, just it wasn't optimal. So we're going to ditch that and we're going to hook up these two wires, splice them together for both panels, and then run them into this cable here. So gonna go ahead now, cut all the ends off, take this off, cut the wires to length. I was gonna get like a 2-to-1 PV connector, but I don't want to have any connections in this at all to try and maximize the solar that I'm getting. From from everyone that I've heard of, like electrically, anytime you put a connection in there, you're going to lose some output. So I'm going to cut all the PV connectors off, and we're going to splice all these in together so they're all going into one and then into these cables here. And I'll try and shorten this up, bring this up to about here somewhere, cut that off, and then solder all these together so they're all one connection. I've now made it a habit to actually always, before I start electrical stuff, which I'm now a liar because I just started, but I'm like, nah, heat shrink. Get the freaking heat shrink out and put it right beside and right in front of your face so you do not forget to put the heat shrink on. So I'm gonna, actually I won't use red. Actually I might use red for negative, red for positive, and so that way I can, that one's negative, that one's positive. So now when I splice these, I can bring this heat shrink down over the top and make them nice and together, and then I'll actually run conduit, which I've got down there. I'll run that over the whole lot, try and slide it up underneath there. Heat shrink, make it a habit. We've got the positive side done, and got some heat shrink on it. I'll probably put 3. I just want this insulation to be pretty thick, so I've slid one on, and because they're not long enough, because I've just got one of those assorted packs, I'm going to slide another one over this just to thicken that up. Right, yeah, so I've just hooked up the positive and the negative. Just putting the conduit on now, so they're all hooked together under there. So I've left the wires a little bit longer so I can kind of mount them kind of like that, so that way when the tent opens there's plenty of flex there, and if I've ever got to lift the tent for any reason, I do have a bit of a buffer there of cable, making them as short as they can. But that's why I love this new tent, this new track system, so I can just slide a bolt in like that, and then I'm going to put a little P-clamp on that to hold that wire where I want it, and just opens up a whole range of accessories and stuff that you can just slide a bolt into the track and just mount anything you want on your tent, lights and stuff off the side, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, that track system is pretty awesome. So panels on the roof, we'll go and do a little bit of a test and see what they're pumping out. So they're up on the panels now. Like from above they look pretty clean, but from an angle down there before they were pretty dirty. So it's got a bit of glass cleaner. Cool, much better. All right, let's jump down and put the tent up, and we'll see how they go. So this will be the first time opening the tent on the truck anyway. But we'll get these panels up, and then we'll have a look at the Anna drive DC to DC and see what she's doing. So I really haven't been too worried about my solar in the past, really, because most of the stuff that I do is kind of weekend at the moment. New tent, new panels. Righto, so we're in the Submarine, so I've got a bunch of stuff running at the moment. I'll just try and get that glare off the screen. So we're at 92%, so it may not be pumping full capacity of solar into it. I checked it a minute ago, it was running 10 amps, now it's 7.8. But we do have some slight cloud cover that keeps going over the panels, so I've got a fair bit pulling off it at the moment, 12.1. So I've got everything on, everything's lit up, fridge, outlets, kitchen lights, cabin lights, USB. I've even got the Travel Buddy or Road Chef running at the moment. Try and pull some more power so we can try and get that DC to DC solar up there a bit more. But current conditions, like it's winter. It is the start of May. So the temperature right now is probably around the 20 degree, 22 degree mark. So obviously those numbers will get better in summer. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the panels and what they're currently putting out. Sorry about the cows in the background. They're in the cattle yards at the moment, getting ready to go to market. Let's check it again. So yeah, right now, current conditions are sitting around the 7.5 to 8 amps with the current cloud cover that keeps popping over the sun there. So, but when I first flicked it up, it was at 10 amps, and it dropped back down as that cloud was going over. So, pretty good, pretty happy with that. Better than my last solar setup anyway. So we do have a couple of little changes in the canopy. I've got the new Mitts Travel Buddy or Road Chef, and I've also got another floating shelf there off the roof, but we'll run through some of that stuff in the next video. Got a new fridge coming for the other side over there, so got a bunch of different things happening. I finally got my solar system dialed after not really having one for the past kind of 12 months. I've just been doing the kind of weekend trips and stuff, and the trip up to the Pilliga, and haven't really needed any solar because there was a lot of driving involved in those trips, so wasn't really sitting in the one spot. But yeah, so I got the panels on the roof now, so pretty stoked with the power they're putting out. So yeah, they're pushing about 10 to 11 amps in perfect conditions with the sun and less of that cloud. So yeah, but apologies about the bloody cows. They're right beside my house right now in the race, ready to go to the auctions. So they're not very happy. But yeah, got a bunch of videos coming regarding the tent, new awning, and also a bunch of changes I've made to the canopy, sorting out all my gear, just trying to organize my whole setup, because I've kind of had the drawers pretty messy lately. So we're going to go through everything, and I've also got a new fridge coming and a new fridge slide as well coming for this area here. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. So hooroo, or hoo moo. Oh, I'm gonna put up with these damn cows all night. I've got to sleep through this. Oh Jesus, I'm gonna get no sleep tonight.